We're back here with Andrew from Las Vegas. Well, it was an excellent week in many ways with the race ahead on Saturday and with the weight loss. I'm just over the top excited. And I tell you, I had a good exercise on Monday morning as well. And it was just, it's been a great week. I'm just glad for every pound that I lose and couldn't ask for more. So just a little bit about the race. It was so funny. You know, I had worked the night before and I worked swing shift, and it's only about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. You know, the race is at 7 a.m. I'm not much of a morning person at all, and so I was just a little surprised at myself that I even considered doing it, since I'm not a morning person. So I had a little rough go of getting going that morning, but we got there and everything. But I did forget my my headphones, so I ran the whole race, the first time I've ever exercised, whether it be swimming or what, without any music. And so I felt pretty good about that. You know, one of the things I wanted to share with you real quickly, that you know, I broke my knee skiing in 1994. I had 2 surgeries on it. The first one, I had some problems with RSD. It has to do with pain, and I couldn't get my knee straight. So they were through physical therapy. So they were just thinking, you know, let's get his leg straight. At least he'll be able to walk normally and stuff like that. Because there was a moment there, or weeks there, that it wasn't looking promising to even be able to walk. So anyway, so I wanted to show you this just to say, hey, if I can do it, anyone can do this running thing. And so let me just put the camera on my knee for a second and show you something. So hopefully you can see this. So my leg does not go completely straight. It doesn't hyperextend like that. You see how that bends up? It doesn't hyperextend. It doesn't quite go straight. But this is all the farther I can bend it. It'll stop right there. And that really affects me when I'm running, and it also affects me when I ride a bike. I actually was surprised that I was able to ride a bike as well as I did the other day. And since this problem, I can't put my foot right on the end of the pedal. I have to put it somewhere like in the middle. So it sort of makes it difficult. I used to could not even drop down all the way, the pedal all the way, but now I can, but it has to be in the middle of my foot. So anyway, with that said, if I can do this, anyone can. And you know, I'm going to put some numbers up on my measurements, and you know, from when I started till, you know, I took them, I forgot to update you all last week, but I took them March 21st, my measurements. I take them every month. And I was just really glad that I've lost as much as I have in the waist. That's where I have the most work still left to do, is in the waist. And actually, it's, you know, I'm going to ask my doctor a little bit about this. You know, I've lost so much in my wrist and arms and legs that really, if I was to lose more in those areas, I wouldn't quite look correct. But I still have a lot to lose in my waist and even in my chest. So, but as I lose weight in my chest and waist, I'm still losing weight in my ankles and stuff like that. So there'll be a point where I could look, you know, a little anorexic in my legs and in arms and feet if I was to lose some more weight. But I need to lose it just in the stomach and chest. So I've never experienced this. I don't know what to think, but I'm going to ask my doctor more about that. You know, things have been happening so quickly that I forgot to even mention that. So about 15 years ago, when I was losing weight, you know, doing the yo-yo thing, the best I could ever get down to was 220. So in my mind, I was thinking, oh man, that's going to be really difficult to break through that 220 barrier. I thought that's probably where I would hit a plateau. So for me to have gone through it substantially last week, and then now below 210. I mean, I'm probably lighter than I was when I got married, and that was over 18 years ago. So I'm just ecstatic that I keep losing weight week after week. You know, one of the things at our support group meeting is they talk about blood pressure. You know, I've gotten off the cholesterol medicine, but I'm still on the blood pressure medicine. I am on a small dose, but the doctor talked about how, you know, our doctor leads our support group, and about approximately 30 people show up for it. And he was talking about how some people, you know, it's not a weight issue, they just will have blood pressure, be on blood pressure medicine all their lives. So I had not really, you know, I seen a little bit of a trend down, but as soon as I would have problems with that medication, have to switch, and I just wasn't seeing it trending very much down. Well, last night, but here lately, in the last couple of weeks, it has slowly been trending down. But last night, I did my blood pressure, it was 124/69. Now, that's the lowest I've ever seen in my entire life, 124/69, and normal is 124/80, and I mean 120/80, and and I never have a fluke reading that's low. I might have a fluke reading that's high, but never one that's low. So I'm just, wow, you know, I might truly get off of this blood pressure medicine. My doctor wants me to get down to 110/70 consistently before he takes me off this blood pressure medicine. But I think I'm going to get there, so with a little bit more weight loss. You know, I wanted to give you an update on MSM. First, here's the powder, you know, and here's the little scoop too. It's a very small scoop. I put it in my shakes. It is working great. And then I put the cream on my scars and on my belly and on my sides where I have stretch marks. And I tell you, it's working great. My scars have really diminished a lot. There's that one where they put your port in, that's the largest. That one is sort of looking like it's sort of separated in two, instead of one big one, it's sort of like two smaller ones now. And so it's definitely has gone down. It's helped on the scars tremendously. I can't recommend it enough. MSM cream. And then, you know, I'm not into soft skin, but, you know, if you want soft skin, this MSM powder is really, you know, because I took it longer than I did the cream, and it really has made my skin a lot softer. And hope this isn't too crude, but anyway, I hope you think it's just funny. Is that, you know, I'm drying off after a shower, and I'm drying off my rear, and I'm feeling down there, and I'm going, man, that's a soft butt. It's like, whose butt is that? You know, it was hilarious to you know, what I was thinking. But anyway, you know, I had mentioned that I wanted to be at Wonderland by the meet and greet, May 13th. Well, I'm going to change that. I'm going to change it to May 1st. I think I can be at Wonderland by May 1st now. You know, and I truly did not feel like I was sandbagging my goals before when I made that. I really thought that I was pushing those sort of difficult goals to meet. But I really believe that I can do that now with the way things are going. So, and I'm not, you know, I've had really 2 good weeks, but my exercise level is so much higher. My energy level is higher. I mean, I'm walking so much faster. I'm so much more active. You know, I wanted to give you an update on the feel that I had on the 20th or 21st. You know, that really has done it. I feel like my stomach's like week 4, you know, that I'm full with 4 ounces, and I'm full 4 to 6 hours, you know, easily on 4 ounces. So my calories are back down. They're easily, you know, hover between 800 to 1,000. March, I was concerned that my overall average was going to be well over 1,000. It was like 1,050. I think this month it'll be 900 to 1,000, and my protein levels are still staying high at between 110 and 130. My carbs, my net carbs are below 30 per day, so things are just going smooth there. I'm just really glad about all that. If I can get this done, I'll have at the end of this video about food addiction. It was on the news, ABC News, on April 4th. I thought I'd just splice it to it, this video, and have that for you to watch. I think it's very fascinating. I think food addiction is the real key here, is that I was heavily addicted to sugar, heavily addicted to sweets. I just have some really good alternatives that I do now with the shakes and the protein meal replacement bars. I think if you, there's a good, in this, I'll have some links at the bottom. For sure I'll have the links at the bottom to the video, and to, if it's not spliced, to this one, and to the article to read. And at the end of the article they have a little quiz you can take to find out if you're addicted to foods. In that food anatomy of food addiction, she has a more comprehensive test that'll tell you what type of addiction to food you might have. So I think that's it. You all have a wonderful week, and remember that if you change your mind, it'll change your life. Have a great week.
And now, as we said, we have new insight into the power of food cravings and the human brain. Here's Sharon Alfonsi on what's new and what you do.
The pictures of a cute, chubby kid only tell part of the story. Michael Prager says he didn't just overeat.
I was stealing to get food, both food and money to get food. There was never really enough for me.
But now a new study reveals why some of us can't stop eating. It's not willpower, it's a real addiction, and it has to do with the way our brains are wired. First, researchers asked women a series of questions. Did they feel sluggish, anxious, or withdrawn about food? Then they were shown a picture of a chocolate milkshake. When a healthy woman saw it, a part of the brain that deals with anticipation, called the caudate, does not respond. The picture doesn't trigger any cravings. But when a food addict saw the milkshake picture, that same part of the brain lights up. They have to have it, craving it like a drug. Then the women were given an actual taste of the milkshake. With normal women, the part of the brain that shows you're satiated lights up. They feel fulfilled. But the brain of women with food addictions barely respond. They don't feel satisfied. So doctors say they're more likely to overeat, chasing that fulfilled feeling. Researchers say the way a food addict's brain responds to food is strikingly similar to the way a drug addict's brain responds to drugs.
There's probably very important implications for prevention and treatment that we could learn from the substance abuse literature and apply it to overeating.
To that end, Michael Prager went to rehab to treat his food addiction. Today, he is 165 pounds lighter.
I'm recovering a day at a time, but I have no doubt, oh God, I have no doubt that if I let these boundaries down, I would be back with my head in a trough of food in very short order.
Sharon Alfonsi, ABC News, New York.